Hey everyone, welcome back to Keeping Up with the Chaldeans. Today we have a special episode. It's a playoff preview of the 2024 playoffs. We have orange, black, green, and blue. Today we're here with Anthony Acho and Jordan Rassam, two three-peat champions in the CFL. Never been done before. Hasn't been done since. Glad to have you guys both here. Why don't you start off, Jordan? Just kind of give a little background about yourself, when you started in the league, what you do professionally.
Absolutely.
And just a little bit about the league overall.
My name is Jordan Rassam, affectionately probably better known as the Showstopper.
There you go.
The CFL. I'm an attorney. I'm a husband, a father of three, another one on the way. I started in the CFL 2005, so this is, I believe, my 20th season in the league. It's been an unbelievable experience. Probably one of the, you and I were talking the other day, and I told you, it's probably one of the greatest communities that I'm a part of.
Yeah.
I would say, in my life, is the CFL community. The relationships I've made through the CFL, young and old. They're lifetime relationships. They've served me off the field numerous times over.
Yeah.
I've won the championship 7 times. We'll get into that. Was a 3-time champion, 3-peat with Anthony over here. You know, not many people are going to be happy about that, but you know, it happened. I can't express how grateful I am for the league and for the relationships I've made along the way and the guys that came before us. Because the credibility, this league has so much credibility because of the history, because they've been playing since the late 70s. Mm-hmm. The trophy goes back to 81. I mean, I was born in 83 and I'm 41, so you know, it's older than me. There's a lot of history when you go through the names and you go through the old teams. Guys that played 30 years ago will come and look at the trophy and say, "Oh, I remember this season, and this is what happened this season." And we used to have the old website, the message board, which we need to keep alive because there is so much history in there that if you just go back and guys talking about what was going on those seasons. So, I mean, just unbelievable league. Guys like you, guys that came before you, we're thankful for. And the guys that come behind us, we hope they leave it better than they found it.
Yeah, no doubt. What about you, sir?
Yeah, been in the league since, I think, 2007. I think I got like 17 years or so. Mm-hmm. I've been coaching for the past like 9 years, I think. Been 7, 8 years. I'm not sure how many years it's been, but
enough to win 3.
Enough to win 3 in a row with my boy Jay over here and a few others. But yeah, I mean, CFL is one of the best things that I've ever done in my life. The family, the friends, the sacrifice to be a part of the league, to show up every week, and you know, the sacrifice our families make. It shows how cool the CFL is and how important it is to us. So we've built so many friendships, made so many friends, made a few enemies. on the field, of course. But yeah, no, it's so much fun. Best thing, you know, I'm a basketball player, and I think I'm a football player now, first, then basketball. Right. So, but yeah, CFL's been around forever, and I hope it keeps going, and I hope my kids play in it. I hope my nephews play in it. I hope everyone that I know plays in it.
For sure.
You know, down the road. So.
Well, Anthony Toma, I think whatever the math is on 1988. That was my first year of the CFL.
Amazing. Wow. Amazing.
Met a lot of phenomenal people, like Jordan said. Actually, CFL kind of brought together the East Side and the West Side Chaldeans. We're all one big family now. We all know each other through the CFL. We've all kept strong bonds together through the CFL. I've been through many generations of the CFL. It gets better and better. The athletes get better and better. We actually talked about hopefully, fingers crossed, we have some making some headway thanks to Martin Mann over there at the Chaldean Chamber of Commerce. And if you're not a member, you should be.
Absolutely.
We want to put together an Olympic flag football, Iraqi flag football team.
Yeah.
Hopefully that comes to fruition, and if it does, we'll put the CFL on the map with all of our players and the league itself.
Yeah.
So let's get into the playoff preview. We have the first game is black versus green, right?
Yep.
Black versus green.
They're playing at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday. This Sunday.
Sunday.
West Bloomfield High
what's the date?
School. The 29th.
The 29th.
Yep.
So if you want to come out and watch, there's it's free to get in. Obviously, we ask that you don't get on the field. We ask that if there's a scrum or scrimmage or scrummish, whatever it's called.
We'll take care of it.
If there's a little drama, let the players handle it. Let the team handle it. Don't any spectators get on the field. That's an absolute no-no.
Yeah.
We're all family. We may look like we're trying to kill each other, but we're not. It's all one big love, one big family.
Absolutely.
If they push and shove, it's just respect.
Yep.
If they hit each other hard, it's just respect. If they don't pick each other up while between the lines, it's respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we ask that you just watch, enjoy, be astonished, and also you can also watch it live on YouTube if you search Chaldean Football League.
Yep.
You'll see it pop up in your feed. It'll say live.
Live
You click
stream.
on it, you can watch a live stream. We've been videotaping games for a good number of years now. There's a whole archive there. You can go back and watch your kids play if you hadn't had a chance to get to many of the games. You can go back and watch them. So why don't you start off with kind of talking about green, their strengths, their weaknesses, their lineup, and how they compare to black.
Yeah, so I mean, green has been great all year. They're the number 1 seed. I think they got an 8-2 record. Jordan's, a two-way lineman on that team, one of their leaders, obviously. They got a great quarterback. He's so athletic. He's probably the best athlete the CFL's ever seen. Dom Kejbu, playing quarterback, who plays safety for them. Great receivers, having dynamic linemen like Jordan and is it Preston? Right? Preston's the other lineman. They both can go out.
Calvin Dado as well.
Calvin Dado, who's also there. So Dom being able to scramble around and get open and having the guys leaking out like you. He does really well seeing the field, honestly. Lance at center helps with the play calling, I'm sure. I'm not in that huddle, but Lance being the chemist that he is, I'm sure he's helping out. But this is Dom's 3rd year as a quarterback, right? It's gonna, they won last year, so they're looking for a repeat. Going up against a tough black, Black's had a tough year, a lot of injuries at multiple positions, but they've managed to make it back into the playoffs, and that's all that matters. Your record does not mean anything unless you get once you get in the playoffs, it's a whole new season.
Yep, new season.
And they've been together for a long time. Black, 6 years, 7 years maybe, with their core, and it being T-Rock's possible last season. It should be an exciting game. They're not gonna go down easy. They're not gonna go out without a fight.
Never.
I think it's gonna be a good game. I see it being a 1-score, last-minute drive, situation. Really.
Who has the ball?
Whoever has the ball at the end is gonna win. I gotta put it. I'm gonna give Green the upper hand in winning this game. Them being the number 1 seed, them having probably the best athlete on the field. I see Green winning, and I'm not just saying that because he's next to me and I'm scared of him. But that's just what I see. But Black can easily win the game. I mean, there's aside from having great athletes on the field and on their side of the ball, offensively and defensively, there's some T-Rock magic being his last potential game, last potential season. So magic does play a factor in all this.
So he forgot to mention a bunch of players.
Yeah.
Not that I would expect you to remember everybody because
it's
you're not in that on the squad. But Jordan, why don't you kind of talk about everybody that position by position on the green team?
Absolutely.
We'll try to go through black and help with black
So-
because there's a lot of key players that we want to kind of evaluate. Talk about what their contribution is going to be to this game,
Yeah.
and then how it's all gonna play out, and who has the actual advantage at these positions.
No problem at all. I can take you through our team. It's been I'm a new addition.
Don't
to
give
the
us the
team.
game plan.
No, no. You know, the game plan is.
So
you know,
Jordan came to Green from a trade before the season.
Yep.
He could give you a little background on that too, and how in the world one GM and another GM could come together and make that trade and screw over the coach.
That did happen.
in all honesty, I was set to retire. I was not supposed to be playing this year. I was supposed to have hip surgery, and that was my last hurrah. Was last year, and even at 10 p.m. at night, I text my wife. We're not playing this year. I promise.
This is the day before the draft.
This is the day of the draft.
Of the draft. Okay.
The draft's supposed to start at 9 p.m.
Okay.
It got kind of pushed off.
Yep.
They were trying to figure out the situation with me, and I had stood firm that I wasn't going to play. I was having surgery, and all day I was getting calls from guys and texts, and you can't leave, you can't, and they were pulling at my heartstrings, and again, as just a almost steward of the league, let's say, I felt like, all right, should I come back? Should I not? My wife wanted me to have surgery and kind of be done. She said, "You're too old. It's done. You got to be. Come on, let's be done." I told her we were, and then 15 minutes later, Lance texted me and said, "If I trade for you, will you play both ways?" And I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yep.
So 15 minutes later, I told her we're on green this year.
Yeah, I agree.
And she didn't talk to me for 3 days. So,
Yeah, there you go.
But that's how I ended up on green. I mean, it
was a wild night.
It was a wild night.
draft
It's been just honestly, I've been around a lot of great teams and been a part of many great teams through my career, and this is they're just it was a team I came in, and usually a lot might be more expected of me, to do for a team.
Yeah.
And it was nice. I came in and it's like, oh, I just need to play my role almost. I'm like a role player, so to speak.
Yeah, I think on the team that you were gonna be on originally, you would have had to do a lot more, a lot of leadership.
That was a great young team. I'm gonna be honest
it is
with
very
you.
young.
That was one of my favorite teams to play against, to go against, and a great young team. But I probably would have had to do more over there than they expect of me on green. So it's kind of like, it's like one of the first times in my career. It's like almost like you're like not a role player, but like, hey, I'm a role player.
Playing your role.
I play my role, and it's a beautiful thing, right? When you have a team that's what I would say the biggest quality is, like that everybody, like that's Lance stresses that. Is do your job, Bill Belichick style. Just everybody do your job, everybody do your role, and if you do your job and your brother does his job, you're gonna have a successful result, right?
Yeah.
Don't freelance. On the offensive line, I've had Bruce was the first guy I came in the league to win a championship with my first
Bruce
year.
Toma.
J.R. Kizzy, I won 2 championships with. I've always had, and a bunch of other guys that I've won with that block with me.
Derek Butchers.
Derek, how did I forget? I'm 4 for 4 with Derek.
Yep.
Wow.
Four times we played together, we won 4 championships. That's my ultimate tag team partner. But I have Preston this year, and he's as solid as a rock.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. He's just a solid guy. He does a job. He can release. He can catch the ball. He can block.
Unbelievable hands.
Unbelievable hands. Better athlete than you might think.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Very
he wasn't
reliable.
always this big.
Yeah. He's gotten bigger over the years.
Yeah.
As we all have.
Yeah.
how it
It's
goes.
that time.
Yeah.
For sure.
And he got hurt a few games back.
Yeah.
And Calvin Dado
Yeah.
has stepped in, and it's been seamless. Like, he's done an unbelievable job. So we have depth at that position, and you know more than anything, it's you just got to protect the quarterback. Dom,
give
no
him
matter how
time,
good he is, how good the quarterback is, if you have pressure getting to him in his face, he's gonna make things difficult.
Yeah.
So like that's first and foremost up front. We try to hold up. You're gonna be going against an unbelievable rush, this black rush. 2 games against them, 2 games they gave us
So
fits.
who do you guys have on offense? Like, what's your
go through,
starting
yeah.
offense?
It's gonna be Preston and me on the offensive line.
Yep.
Lance is our center.
Okay.
Steady Eddie, you know.
Lance Simona.
It's Lance Simona. He's our coach and at our center, our leader. You have Justin Nefso in the slot.
Okay.
Basketball player that he's a true football player. The way he plays the game, I love him. Love the way he plays. He plays like he plays like he's played football his whole life.
Yeah.
Well, it
And
goes
then-
back to what he said earlier. He's a
Yeah.
basketball player, and now he sees himself as a football player.
absolutely.
Justin's kind of following in those
Absolutely.
footsteps.
Yeah.
He's
Sean
a, he's
Matias,
a
another one
hard-nosed
like that.
grinder.
Timmy Acho, those are basketball guys that
Yep.
like are football guys. We look
Mm-hmm.
at them. On the outside, you have Sebastian Abro, 18
Little
years
beast.
old, little fast little guy.
Yeah, he's a.
Do not
He's got a
sleep on
motor.
him. Do not sleep on him. He doesn't
Motor,
stop. And then your other receiver is the venerable Stephen Calabash.
Who's that?
MVP, I believe, of this season. If you had my vote, it doesn't count for much. But if I had a vote, I would tell you Stephen Calabash my MVP.
definitely in the
Definitely in
running.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
the
sure.
ageless wonder.
He's had a great season.
Oh,
He
he's
really
the
has.
way he takes care of his body, very Jerry Rice-esque.
He plays hurt too. Plays hurt.
Well, I
plays-
mean, you can't tell he's got so much
Yeah.
padding on.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh, man.
And he also happens to be the co-commissioner with Brendan Amori.
He's done a great job with that too. So
So the defensive side of the ball.
Defense, you'll have I'll be a rushing. You'll have any combination of Calvin Dado, Donovan Shaw, Tegan Peterson coming in and playing that linebacker
Yep.
rusher role. It's very interchangeable. You know, we like to have guys that are versatile that can do many things. That's like Lance is a must for him.
Yep.
You have Dom Roman center field at safety, which is
Not much room out there
I
to
mean, he's
throw
a cheat,
to.
I'm not saying he's on my team. I've won with him many times.
Yeah.
And he's a cheat code.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
He just is a
He
cheat
is.
code.
Yeah.
And you have Steph and Justin on the at your other corners,
outsides.
and like that's it's everybody is a solid player and just do their job, and you're not going to be perfect. We've had every game throughout the season. You've had teams move the ball on us, score on us. It's just about making timely plays in the CFL. I think more than anything, you're not going to always shut down other teams. There's the saying, they're on scholarship too. They're good players
Yeah.
too. They're going to make plays. So it's just making timely plays, and more important than anything is limiting the mistakes.
Yeah.
I would say, and that's like what we're always working on.
Who's on your bench?
On the bench, you have Tegan Peterson will come in. It's actually, I believe there's some kind of relation between him and Preston. They're married to sisters or cousins
Yeah,
or
something like
that. But he'll come in. You'll have him come in. You'll have the venerable Paul Kedgebu.
There you go.
The venerable Paul Kedgebu coming in off the bench.
Mark Hajar?
Mark Hajar
Oh,
came
boy.
in with a huge start. Mark
Hajar, the
he
mouthpiece.
Oh man, let me tell you something about Mark. Mark will watch
one,
film.
right?
He came in in our last game as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, okay.
He'll watch film and he will come in with so many little tidbits. And like before the game,
Oh, he's a Sharpie.
We played a game, and the next game he's like, listen, I was watching the film, take a couple steps back. I mean, I've been playing forever.
Yeah.
But right away, I was like, let me implement it because he sees what I'm not seeing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I took a couple steps back, and lo and behold, it was like it opened up everything. I said, Mark, you're a genius.
Yeah.
So to go off of Mark, if you don't find a football game on our YouTube channel,
Yeah.
it's probably on his phone.
Yeah.
Because he was our YouTube channel before
he's
we started
unbelievable.
streaming the game.
What an unbelievable guy. What an unbelievable guy.
He's
Another
amazing.
another wonderful relationship that you made through this beautiful league, because and Mark is a guy I had many battles with throughout my career, and then it's again the guys you battle with, the guys that give it to you are the ones you respect.
And it's funny to see you guys now on the same team.
Oh, it's been a fun ride, and like he got to play. He started the last game because we were missing Calvin, we were missing Preston against Yellow, and he was unbelievable.
Oh, nice.
He was-
Impressions, baby.
Yeah.
Coming into the league, he's Ramsey Kizzy's nephew by marriage.
Yes.
He came to try out, and I made room for him on my
Yeah,
squad,
yeah.
and that's how he got in the
Nice.
league. And what a great decision that was
Oh, man.
in hindsight to the league. What a great admiral of the league. And he's the one that actually had the idea to put together an Iraqi flag football team in the
He's the
28
best.
Olympics. It was all his brainchild.
Mark is
Ramsey's the one that recruited us to come play.
Yeah.
Like me and my brothers. So
JR is the best.
Yeah.
So we have him to blame.
yeah, you got him to blame.
Yeah. Now we know which neck to choke.
Oh,
And
good.
Scotty was supposed to be here too. He couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Meeting.
So Green, we got that covered. Are we missing anybody on the
no,
bench?
I think.
How about your reserves?
Yeah.
Let's give them some honorable mentions if you can remember that.
I could probably pull it up.
I don't know because I don't say that I don't know if they've been showing up.
Yeah.
They could be already be the guys that you mentioned.
Yeah,
maybe, possibly.
yeah, they could be because they're just the guys that I mentioned. All the guys that are there are
sure.
showing up.
Yeah, you're right. You did mention everybody.
yeah.
I think.
And I got the right catch, right?
You got the right catch, I think.
Hey, that's my number one guy.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't. I don't have to get my belt. I can just get warmed up. I can show one up.
So the storyline's gonna be the battle of the catch boots.
Yes,
The catch boots on black.
yes. Oh,
Right?
and they are. When I tell you the fiercest of rivals,
Yeah.
those two brothers are the fiercest of rivals.
There you go.
So the
let's
black has,
Yep.
you know,
remember because they've been so
many,
injured so
yeah,
long.
Been in and out. Can't think of who it is. Either way, they got a great defense. Fahad,
very
safety
good
on that side of the field, just does as good a job as anybody. We keep talking about Dom being safety back there. Fahad covers that field so well.
Oh, he's the interception machine.
All game, all the time. Dylan Calabat, he's a lockdown corner.
Unbelievable
Brandon
player.
Nassau is actually the guy that plays linebacker for them.
Yeah, Brandon.
Brandon does. And then they have, Happy's son. What's his, Sammy?
Yes.
Asker,
Oh, yeah.
Sammy Asker.
That's Happy's son?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
And Matt Gorgas.
And Matt Gorgas.
Great
yes.
kid. Another great kid. They have a lot of great
He's a
kids.
great rusher.
Yeah, he's,
Oh, that's who we
yeah,
forgot.
yeah,
Matt.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a motor, man.
Motor.
they gave us fits 2
And
times
he's a
against
personal
them.
trainer, actually. If anyone's looking for a personal training, hit Matt up at the.
And an even better person.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He really is a
great
good
human
guy.
being.
So,
And he's in Birmingham.
is he?
Yep.
As for his
Off of
training and all
Oak,
that?
I think.
Oh, cool. Yeah, but I mean, Black's a great team. They've done this. They've been, at the top of the rankings, the standings for the past 6, 7, 8 years with that core group. Now they're coming in at the 3rd or 4th seed, and I think they have a chip on their shoulder. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be as much of an upset as people expect it to be.
They're all very well rested.
Yeah, they're all
that's for
well
sure.
rested. They're all healthy.
Yeah.
For the most part, as long as they can stay healthy, they can very easily win this game. I mean, not easily, but it can happen.
Without having a buy. Go ahead. Jordan, finish your thought.
What I would tell you is you guys know more than anybody. In this league, anybody.
Anything can happen.
I've been a part of teams that were 11-0 and lost in the championship.
Imagine the high-powered offenses of green and blue, and last year's score in the CFL championship was 8-6.
Crazy.
Correct.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Anybody can be
Anything
beaten.
can happen.
And we had many battles with this black team.
Yeah.
When we were going through the 3P, and
Oh, yeah.
they are always dangerous. They have
Always loaded.
T-Rock at quarterback, who I don't care how old he is.
Yeah.
The guy.
I don't even
is,
know how old he is.
The guy,
He's 43.
he makes plays.
44, 43.
He makes.
50.
No, he's got to
He's
be
in his 50s. What are you
Yeah,
talking
he's got to
about?
be in his 50s.
He's
And
like
I'm 41.
56.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking I'm 40.
No, you're not. No.
Yeah, no, he's 52, 53.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he makes plays
Yeah,
to
my
this
bad.
day that
I just shaved 10 years off my life.
unbelievable. He still makes plays. You have Dylan is still a monster,
yeah.
animal. Dylan Calabat, I think he's one of the more underrated players in our league. I think
Dylan?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I think he's one of the top players in the league.
Oh yeah,
And
he's
I
been.
think he
drafted
doesn't,
that way too.
100%.
he doesn't get. I mean, in the I would say in like maybe like the what's the word the perception is maybe he's not one of the top.
Yeah,
top
like
guys,
maybe
but
he's
he is.
fallen off or whatever.
No,
but
no. He is. Play.
He's
you know?
up there too in age.
Yep. Brandon Nefso.
Yep.
Matt Gorgas.
Yeah,
Unbelievable
beast
rusher.
mode.
Matt's awesome.
So let's go quarterback, and I won't have you answer,
Yeah,
Jordan. Just-
yeah,
I will
yeah,
give
I'm
it to
just-
Anthony.
yeah.
So at the quarterback position, who gets the nod? Green or blue? Green or black?
for this game,
Yeah.
that's tough. It's pretty even. Honestly, you know, T-Rock has the experience, the play calling,
Yep.
you know, all that. He's still got the athleticism.
Yep.
Really, I mean, and then Dom, he's got a year under, 2 years under his belt. It's his third year. He's played. I'm gonna go with a wash.
Okay.
You know, Dom has the athleticism for sure over him. He's doing great. He's having a great season. He throws the ball a mile. Yeah, I can't give one over the other on this one.
All right. How about in the trenches?
In the trenches, you got Jordan Dylan.
Yeah.
You know, it's like pick your poison.
Yeah.
You know, on the other side, I would say
Finesse.
offensively, on the offensive line, Green has the advantage a little bit. Just I think Preston's a little bit better of a
Because of the
blocker
release.
than I think Preston's a little bit better of a blocker than Finar is.
Okay.
And then you got the dynamics of Jordan and Preston being able
Yep.
to go out and release. So I'm gonna give the line to Green on offense.
Okay.
Defensively, the D line is really even. You got Jordan and Calvin on Green. Calvin's so tall, he bats down
Yeah,
so many balls.
yeah.
So that's big. And then
But he does jump.
He does jump. He gets off his feet a
Yeah.
lot. But like his height helps, and he does have a motor. And he's a
Yeah,
big
he
kid.
really
He's a
does
tough
have a
kid.
motor.
Black Dylan, you know, you can't get around him. You know,
Right.
at the end of the day, like we're getting older and we're getting a little slower. It's still he's a big body, but he's in great shape.
Yep.
But he's a big body and he's tough to get around.
He can move,
And then
man.
that
He can still move.
You know, Matt doesn't slow down either, so
no,
he's
my
got that
goodness.
motor. So I'm gonna go D line is kind of a wash.
Okay.
You know.
And then what about at center?
Center, you got the
Lance.
savvy veteran of Lance,
Uh-huh.
and then you got Blake Morogi. I'm gonna go with the athleticism of Blake. I think they have a little bit of an upper hand. He has a little bit of upper hand on Lance. Although
Okay.
Lance, he knows how to get in the right spots and all that. I'm just gonna say athleticism-wise, give it to Blake.
Okay. And then what about the receivers?
Receiving core. I would say Black has a better receiving core overall between the three of them. They got Fahad, Dylan, and Brandon.
Yeah.
I mean, those three. There's speed. There's height. There's toughness. And all
Yeah,
three of
grit,
them.
yep.
You know, with Green, you got Stefan, Justin, and then Abro, Sebastian. So I'm just gonna say, Sebastian being a rookie,
Yep. It's 2-on-3.
2-on-3.
Yeah.
He's got the speed. He's got all that. I'm gonna go with Black having that a little
Okay.
bit of an advantage.
And then what about the corners?
DBs, you got Justin on Green. Dom, are we counting safety as
Yeah,
well?
count
Just call the
safety
whole
as well,
thing
yep.
safety. I mean, who's the other one? I'm gonna go with Green on that, only because Sam he's a rookie too on defense. He's had his mistakes. I know us playing them. We did try to attack him a little bit because we were just throwing different routes at him,
He's a
things that he's
rookie.
never seen before.
Yeah, of course.
So like having Dom, Justin, and Stefan, savvy vets over the top. Very rarely you're gonna see them getting beat deep.
Yep.
Right. So I'm gonna go with Green that has the advantage there.
Cool.
So I mean I don't know. I didn't keep tabs, but it looks like
It's
gonna
about
be a good
even.
game.
It's definitely going to be a good game.
gonna
And,
be a
and
good
on paper, it's very, very even.
Yeah.
Very, very close game. What do you set
That's
the
why
line?
they play the game.
That's why they play the
right?
game, yeah. What do you set the line at?
I'm gonna go with the over/under is gonna be. I like it at 32.
Oh, I think of the same exact number, I swear.
And then I'll go with Green -3.
Oof, field goal.
Field goal.
That's
Two
insane.
tight games this year.
No,
We
it's
played them
extra
close.
That's extra points. That's
Extra
what it
points.
is.
Yeah.
We played them tight twice. They played us twice. They were very tight.
I
games.
like
I actually see Green not getting their extra points and Black getting them. So that's
well,
why I see like that extra point's going to help. And I think Green's going to score one more touchdown.
T-Rock gets more extra points
For sure.
because his snap is typically shorter during the entire game. So he's a lot of quick hits in the game while he's got the whole field.
Yeah, so he's used to that
So he's
short
used to that
distance.
short distance, and the routes are catered to his
100%.
to
For an extra
points.
point.
For an extra
100%.
point. But Dom can just walk in
Easily. So,
or flip it to Jordan.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, so we said -3 and
32.
And 32.
Yeah. And,
All right, now we're gonna go to orange and blue.
Orange and blue.
Um,
Orange, we got, that's Shango, right?
Shango, yep, quarterback.
Shango, I mean, he had a really good draft this year.
Yeah.
He did get hurt, what was it, week 1 or week 2?
Yep.
Where he kind of went down. So they kind of had a similar season to Black.
Mm-hmm.
Not as many injuries, but a similar season. You know, they had Mario step in and play quarterback for them. And
No, Mario.
I'm sorry.
Marius.
Who was that?
Marius.
Marcel.
Marcel.
I'm sorry.
Big Unk.
Marios was on my team, his brother.
Yeah.
Marcel stepped in, played quarterback most of the season, about 4 or 5 games. Did great.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, they beat us in overtime. That was a huge playoff game. Although he
Beat
did,
Yellow,
although
I
he
think.
did cross the line before he threw the ball. No big deal.
Yeah.
But he stepped in and did great. You know, he was playing center for them when Shango
Yep.
is there, and
Yep.
and I think he's had his best season in the CFL.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
by
for-
far.
he
by far.
came into some kind of crazy shape.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he looks great.
He did. He's running
He's a
around.
beast.
He's fast.
He's got attitude. He's gritty.
He's into it.
Yeah.
Shout out Big Unk.
Yep, 100%. And then you got Mike Sessi on Orange, who's been, their veteran, their savvy veteran leader on defense
for
and
sure.
offense.
Yep.
Especially when Shango went down, like he really stepped up. Aiden, you got Aiden on offense as well.
Flash.
He's so fast and those shorts. He still owes me a pair of those shorts.
He learned how to catch the ball.
He's a great route runner. He's been great on defense. He's really made an impact this year for Orange on offense and defense. They have who's that? Jake Amori or Luke Amori.
Luke.
One of the twins.
Yeah,
Right.
Luke.
I mean, Luke has had an amazing season. It's out of that rookie class, it's hard to say, but he could be probably the best one that came in out of that group.
I think he's
He's
the
really-
number 1 pick in the CFL.
Yeah,
this year.
he very, very easily could be that number 1 pick for the franchise. Next year is it's a whole new season.
Yeah,
Next year,
throw everybody in.
Yeah, everybody's in the draft. Nobody's capped or anything like that. But he's had a great year for them. He's made huge plays, huge blocks downfield. I mean, there's plays that I just remember from this season that he's made that are talked about, and it's
Yeah.
just like I remember just seeing them.
I watched. I
We were
was
sitting next to each other for one
He
of them.
made a play that it's probably the best play I've ever
So,
seen.
and it was against the team that he's playing. I'm not going to say the play or who it was,
Yeah.
but I'm sure there's going to be some
Retribution.
Exactly. So who else we got on Orange on the line? They have Peter Nemu, who's been a fierce
Steady
blocker,
as they come.
steady as he was a linebacker in
Beast.
his early years, and now he's that lineman.
He was your quarterback way early on, right? At Mother of God for you guys.
God, yeah, he played for us. He was the quarterback in the young leagues.
Yeah.
Yep. So
CCSL.
He's been a great offensive lineman. He's played. I believe he plays on the right side, and he's just been steady as ever. On the other side, they have
Taylor Patel.
who's been
Taylor.
great.
Yeah, that's right.
Taylor's really come a long way.
Beast.
He used to be
Absolutely.
just like a.
He got drafted really early
He did,
too.
he got drafted,
and he
so-
lived up to it.
He did.
I was wondering what was going on there and why he was drafted so high, but man, the guy's playing ball.
He proved
man.
himself at the end of last year. He was on yellow,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
And
yeah. He really did.
He's a strong body. He's a big guy.
Yep.
Similar, physique to like Calvin Dado.
Very similar to Calvin.
I feel like they're kind of similar players. At center is who's at center? Oh, Marcel. We talked about that. So we got Mike Sessi, Aiden, and Luke playing receiver.
Yep.
Right. And then Shango at quarterback. I mean, Shango. We talk about Dom being one of the best, if not the best athlete in the league
Shango
ever.
was that guy
Shango's
before Dom
definitely,
was ever was
you know,
around.
it's like 1A, 1B,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it can go either way.
he
you
was
know?
he was the first Dom.
Yeah, he was the first
He
Dom.
was. I mean, the guy's a super duper athlete. I know he's a little hurt, but I'm sure he can still do the things that he needs to do to get open and get around, run around and do his thing offensively. Defensively, I don't know if he played. Is he playing defensively?
Who?
The last game, did he play in the last
You
game?
know, I don't know. I
Against
know he
Seattle?
came back.
No,
Shango.
Andrew.
Oh, Shango. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
I expect him to be out there regardless.
He did. He did play
right?
some
Okay.
defense. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, offensively, Shango's struggled in the past, for his first couple seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Part of it had to do with like him being, his own.
Everything. He had to
he
run
had to
everything.
do everything.
He had to do everything.
It's tough. It's his
You
first
got to
time
field
coaching.
phone calls from guys that want playing time. You got to manage playing time. You got to manage the course schedule. You got to manage the practice schedule. You got to come up with the plays. You got to set up
Call
the
the defense,
defenses.
yeah.
You got to field trade conversations. You got to deal with Nate in the chat, which is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, so it was all new
lot
to
of
him.
stuff.
It was
A lot
all
of
new to
stuff.
him, and but he's really picked it up. He's had a good year as a leader, which we haven't seen in the past. So proud of him for that.
Oh yeah.
His ability on the field, we know what he can do. It's just he's been hurt. He hasn't had a chance really to showcase all that. But I really expect him to make some noise in the playoffs. Playing against Blue. I mean, they've been in the running the last 3 years. They've had a great core group of guys. So they're going up against if not maybe the best team in the league. I know they're not the number 1 seed, but it's very arguably you can easily say they're the best team in the league. With their camaraderie, with their players, with the guys at each position.
There's a cohesiveness there for
There is.
sure.
They're all friends. They're all pretty close. They hang out outside of football.
Everyone knows who the boss is, the
Yeah.
coach, Justin, and it all trickles down. He's got people running,
Yeah.
they're doing their roles, taking a page out of Lance's book. Lance and Justin are really close, and they probably talked all these years, and they understand that everyone has to do their role, and they preach that every time.
Yeah.
He gets us to pray before every single game.
Yeah.
We haven't
awesome.
set on the field without a prayer, which is a beautiful thing too.
That's great.
What about Blue run through Blue's lineup?
All right, so Blue
Or defense, I'm sorry. Let's do the defense
for
on
Orange.
Orange. Yeah.
Orange. So defensive, they have Mike Sessi at corner, Shango at safety, and Aiden, I think
I think Aiden's in the
linebacker
Luke
position.
is the other corner.
Luke is the other corner. Rushing, they have.
Marcel.
I need some help with
Isak.
that. Marcel, yeah.
We won one with
He's
him.
the
That's
best.
another one
The
of
beast.
He's
my
the best.
my tandem partner that I won a championship with. I
He's
love
a
that
fan
guy.
favorite.
Yeah.
Fan,
for sure.
He's a cult-like hero.
Yeah. he really does a great job on the D line.
Oh, he's great.
Anything you ask him to do,
He's
he does it.
Comes up with the big sacks. All the time.
I gotta credit Dom Kedgebu for bringing him
Yeah.
to the league because
Yeah.
without him
Nice.
there wouldn't be as many laughs.
Yeah. Oh my.
For sure. Who else they got on the other side?
Taylor.
Taylor's rushing with him. So yeah, so they got a good D line. It's a young D line, but they're getting the job done as long as they're rushing and going hard. They're doing a good job.
It's going to be a big thing for them to maintain discipline
Yeah.
this week
Yeah.
against someone like
100%.
Justin, because if you do not maintain your rush lane integrities, he's
gone.
He's gonna break contain.
Yeah.
And the world opens up.
He's going to launch
Yep.
deep.
Yep. He's gonna hit you for a 50-yarder down the field every time.
Who's the other linebacker for Orange? We're missing somebody. So we got. Shane.
Oh, you have another up-and-coming, young, energetic, like he just plays with a lot of emotion, Jacob Nefsu.
Jacob. That's
Oh,
who it is.
yeah.
Oh, that
He
kid.
plays with a lot of energy, man.
Man,
I like that guy.
I was on the sideline just listening to him. He's such a great teammate.
Oh, my
He's a
goodness.
great.
Everything
teammate.
positive out of his
Everything
mouth.
positive. I swear, I'd love to play with that guy.
And he's very,
He's amazing.
He's very athletic.
Yeah.
He is.
Very don't sleep
Yeah,
on
he's
him.
an athlete.
Don't
Yeah,
sleep
yeah,
on
for
him.
Sure.
Like this, it doesn't go unnoticed. Like how positive of a person he
Oh,
is.
absolutely.
Like, everyone on the sideline is always talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see, Marcel throw or Shango throw an interception, and the second it gets intercepted, he's picking them up.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
vocally, loud, like instant. So it's
Yeah.
like he's a great teammate. So
I was
he-
thinking. I was thinking. That.
That'll help him in the CFL for
100%.
years.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
going to make you
Yeah,
get
no
drafted
doubt.
higher and higher and higher, and people are just going to want to have you on the team. For
sure.
You become a glue guy.
Yeah.
So on blue, I'm gonna let you go over the Blues roster.
Blue, we have quarterback is Justin Oro. And then we have blockers. We have AMAC, Anthony McKinney.
McKinney.
We have
Marvin?
Marvin Yeldu.
Yeldu.
Yeldu. I always thought it was Marvin Yeldu, the other Marvin Yeldu.
Yeah.
But then I always show up and I'm relieved that it's this Marvin Yeldu. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
You know, we had some games where, you know, people got a little rough with Justin. And I pulled him aside. I said, Marvin, your job is to beat that guy up.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just beat him up. Beat him up. I don't care what happens. It runs
They don't
past you,
touch-
whatever.
they don't
Just
hurt
beat
you.
him up.
Yep.
Beat him up for the next 3 plays, please. And he fucking crushes the guy.
Yep.
I thought one time they were going to call the cops on him. Center, we have Dylan Toma.
Yeah.
He's a machine. He's a bad dude. In the slot we have Brendan Amori. Outsides we have John Banham and
Derek Babby.
Derek Babby's back.
Yeah.
Hey, Babby's back.
Yeah,
What a
he's
surprise!
still, I think he's still on his honeymoon.
Yeah, no, he's
but
back.
he should be back.
Oh man, yeah, that's gonna be that's a big plus to the roster. Defense, we got John roaming deep. Corners are Justin
Oro?
and Babby.
Okay.
Yeah, Justin Oro and Babby. Linebackers, we got Dylan
Brendan.
and Brendan. Rushing, we got rushing. We got AMAC, Calabat mixes in there. Doesn't rush.
Marvin doesn't rush.
I don't know why I'm drawing blanks here, man.
That's all right. Well, either way, pick up on blue. Blue, similar to black. Blacks have their.
Oh,
core.
Rami.
Yeah, there you go, Rami.
Jeez, man.
Dictor. How we forget
Unbelievable. I don't know,
Dictor?
man. I'm losing my mind, boy.
But Blue's been, their core. They're Brendan, Dylan, and
John.
with Justin. I mean, they've been together for. Is this the third year or is it more than that? Third year together. Actually, no. It's been more than that. It's been 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
He took him from us.
They took him from
Yeah,
us from
yeah,
White
yeah.
after the first championship, right?
Brendan,
Second.
Second one.
Yeah, they took
So
Brendan
this is
and
their
John.
4th year together. That
Yeah.
core.
So they've been together for a while, similar to Black. Not as long as Black, but John, Brendan, they're best of friends. Dylan, they're all great group of guys playing together. They're probably the best at their positions, in the
They're all
CFL.
great kids.
Right? I mean,
Great stewards of the league. Like I use that word. They're
sure.
going to be great stewards of the league going
No
forward.
doubt.
so let's do the battle. Battle of the quarterbacks. We got Shango and Justin, both athletic as hell. Both know the game, been playing it for a while. Because Shango's a little hurt, and I don't know how hurt he is, but I'm gonna go ahead and give the edge to Blue.
Yep.
Just because of the injury, really.
Yeah,
No other reason other than that.
Okay.
Receiving core, you got on Blue, John, Brendan, and Derek Babby.
Yeah.
3 really solid vets. With Orange, you got Mike Sessi,
Luke and Aiden.
Luke and Aiden. I mean, that's tough. They're both ways. I'm gonna go with. You got speed with John, speed with Aiden, Derek Babby. That's a tough one. I gotta go with a draw on that one. Honestly, I can't really pick.
It's fair.
Yeah, that's a draw.
Yep.
At center, we have. You got Marceau and Dylan. Dylan's been doing it a little bit longer, so I'm gonna go. Dylan has the edge on that one. At the O-line position, you got Blue. Has got Marvin and
AMAC.
AMAC, and Orange has Peter and Taylor.
Not O-line.
Who plays O-line for Orange? It's Peter and somebody.
Peter and
It's supposed to be Taylor. He had showed up late the last game we played him.
Okay.
And they didn't play him on offense. I think it was. I think who ended up filling in for him. I don't remember who filled in on the O-line.
Well, either way, I'm gonna go with that's to me it's a wash. I mean, just having Peter on that line makes it a wash.
oh yeah, he's an anchor for sure.
He's a big boy.
So that's the receiver. That's the offense. Defensively, you got in the backfield you got John,
Justin.
and Babby, and then you got Shango, Mike, and Luke. I'm gonna give Orange the edge on that one, on this one. Blue has everything. They're right there. It's so even. But I'm gonna go with Orange has a little bit of the edge there. With that.
Even though Shango being hurt.
Even with Shango being hurt, I think he still has it. He still has.
Oh yeah.
The
question.
height. He has the speed. He covers. I'm still gonna give it to Orange.
Okay.
At the linebacker positions, we have Brendan Amori and
Dylan.
I mean, and Orange has Aiden and who did we say? Oh, Nafso.
Yep.
I'm gonna give that edge to Blue there. They just two veteran on Blue. Orange has two a 3-year Aiden's not a rookie, but Nafso's a rookie.
Mm.
I'm gonna go with Blue on that one. And with the rush, you got who's the Orange rush?
Amac
Taylor
and Don. Oh, Orange Rush. Taylor. Yeah.
Marcel
Taylor
and
and
Marcel. I'm gonna give Orange the better rush realistically. I went up against Blue a few times. I didn't think their rush was that great. I mean they did give me trouble. I'm not gonna say I'm not bad mouthing them at all, but I do think Orange has a little bit better edge on the rush, in my opinion. For over under, I'm gonna say I got it at 42.
Wow.
I think it's gonna be a high scoring game, and I do think that Blue's gonna run away with this one. Blue -8.
The over-under, I would say, definitely, the way you said it, says that it's a Blue win in that case. I think if it turns into a shootout, I don't know if Orange can match Blue with the firepower.
Yeah.
Blue can score in one. I played against John.
Yeah.
He's broke my heart in one play. 4th and 20 100%. Last year to knock us out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
4th and 20, 80 yards. He just like that. So if you ask me, I would say, what is my recipe for an Orange upset in this game?
Yeah.
To play tight defense, make the game an ugly game, so to speak,
Drag it
and
out.
keep it close. Just stay within, distance. Maybe if you have a lead, there's the lead, but just make it almost an ugly game. Eat the clock, play defense, and try to win it in the end. That's what I would say their recipe for success would be. If they get into a shootout back and forth with Blue, I don't know if they can hang with that, because Blue has a lot of firepower. They're a dangerous team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if there's a lot of possessions back and forth, Blue has a way of taking the ball away.
Yeah.
They're just they get in the right place at the right time, and they make some timely turnovers.
I truly believe that Orange is gonna struggle, not because they're not capable, but because of Blue's defense. Mm-hmm. I think their linebackers and their DBs they're gonna make it really tough for Andrew.
Yep.
I just see Blue walking away with this one. I think that they planned their Week 10 loss or forfeit or whatever the case to play Orange. In my opinion, I think that's what they wanted to do, and I don't blame them for it. I think that they have the best chance to beat Orange, and I think pretty easily.
Very good. Thanks for doing this, guys. Hopefully, you guys in the league get a little bit out of this, the beginning of it, and then the coming week. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the chatter. Throw some shit in the comments and let's start the CFL chat board in the comments of this YouTube page.
Yeah, absolutely. And regardless of who wins, please show up next. It'll be next Saturday night.
Yep.
West Bloomfield High School, 7 p.m.
Yep.
Yeah, goosebumps.
It's
Under the lights.
It really is a show to see. It's
Yeah.
always an exciting game for the most part. I mean, the last few have all been crazy exciting games, and it's just it's great to see, you know, our community to have a league that gets this much, you know,
Yep.
traction and fanfare, so to speak. It's
Longevity.
pretty unbelievable accomplishment for the guys that started it out.
Yeah, a lot of the other leagues, the Chaldean leagues that are modeled them off of the CFL.
Definitely, most
The
definitely.
CBA's been around for a very long time. You have Tommy
K.
K. I actually ran into him on Monday. He's still out there yelling, yapping,
Yeah, he is.
doing it all.
Yep.
Yep, I'm playing.
Bad motherfucker. So just remember, the CFL is a privilege to play in. It's not a right. So respect it. Respect your peers. Respect the other players. Respect your coaches. Respect the refs.
Oh, definitely.
It is. You know, the games are going to be played. You're going to have a lot of fun. Only 2 teams can move on from here, and then in a week it comes down to just one. So you know, there's going to be just one happy team at the end,
That's it.
and may the best team win.
Yeah. Good luck, everybody.